Today could have been the day that you blow out your candles, make a wish as you close your eyes. Today could have been the day everybody was laughing. Instead, I just sit here and cry. Who would you be? What would you look like when you looked at me for the very first time? Today could have been the next day of the rest of your life. Not a day goes by that I don't think of you. I'm always asking why this crazy world had to lose such a ray of light we never knew. Gone too soon, yeah. Would you have been president or a painter, an author who sang like your mother? One thing is evident, would have given all I had, would have loved you like no other. Who would you be? What would you look like? Would you have my smile in her eyes? Today could have been the next day of the rest of your life. Not a day goes by that I don't think of you. I'm always asking why this crazy world had to lose such a ray of light we never knew. Gone too soon, yeah. Not a day goes by. I'm always asking why. Not a day goes by that I don't think of you. Always asking why this crazy world had to lose such a beautiful life we never knew. Gone too soon. You were gone too soon. Yeah.
Hey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Laura, aka Perplexed. And yeah, February has personal meaning to me. And that's why I played the song. March also has personal meaning to me. I just don't remember the exact date. But because I just didn't. But if you're from Making a Murderer, we lost yet another creator from Making a Murderer, passed away. I don't know the details. I made a community post. I want to say R.I.P. Millbilly, and I was shocked when I saw it. So again, I don't have the details yet. I don't know what happened. I don't know how he passed. I just know that he did pass. And that makes probably, I want to say, the 5th or 6th person from Making a Murderer that's passed. It's weird. Linda passed. Irakoze passed. I know there were a couple of other people along the way, and now Millbilly passed. It's wild. I mean, we're all talking like not even people that, are in their 70s and 80s. I'm talking, we were all pretty young. I mean, we were all generally 40, 50. I know that Irakoze was 40-something when he passed. So it's fucked up. That's a lot from one community. And I think that's why it's like, whoa. Yeah, he was probably the 5th or 6th person to pass from Making a Murderer community. Wild. Life is so precious. And again, I don't know what happened yet. I'm waiting for an answer of how it happened, but it just happened. And I'm still in shock. So just a lot of people dying way too young. Me having breast cancer, it's just fucked up. So, okay. So much to go over. A couple things I want to get into. First thing I want to say, I am 100% done with drama. I know I've said it before, but I really mean it. Don't send me things that someone said. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to know what's said. I don't care what's going on. It doesn't matter to me. The drama takes a toll on you that I'm not willing to deal with. You're right, Crystal. But physically, I don't have it in me. I just don't. I don't have it in me mentally. I don't have it in me physically. And it's just not worth it. The only things that I'm concentrating on is where my heart is, and that's true crime and candles. Those two things are where my heart's at, and that's where my energy is going to be. Worrying about striking this one or talking about this one or this one said this or this one, I don't care. That's their problem. That's someone asked me about me posting all the community posts I've been making. There's a reason I'm doing that. I was trying to drop little hints that, look, I'm not into the drama. Yes, John Travolta is another story. Pay art of deduction. John Travolta is another story. But I have too much going on personally, and it's just not worth the energy. And looking around at how fucked up these people are, and today, like, Alicia wasn't lying, by the way. I owe her an apology. When she would talk about bone pain, I thought she was out of her fucking mind. And I thought that it was just on, whatchamacallit, that it was just on, a few days after you get it. But no, like all day, my bones, like, it's like achy all the fucking time. And I'm sure that's, something with chemo, but it's not fun. So Alicia, I apologize for that because I get it. I totally get what you're talking about. I mean, it's not like debilitating or anything, but it's exhausting. So all the drama, like I got to worry about me. I got to worry about making sure I eat enough protein, drink enough water. There's so many bigger things in my life that I need to think about rather than MM saying this or this one. I just don't give a fuck. So let them do what they got to do. It doesn't matter to me. And I mean that 100%. Let fucking Psycho over there make all the videos she wants every day. Who cares? I'm going back to where I was 2 years ago and just fucking ignoring it. I don't care. So, I mean, if someone like comes after my kids or something like that, let me know. But other than that, yeah, this one said this. I could care less. Let's go back to where I started this channel from. Let's go back to, exactly, subs matter. Let's go back to why I started a YouTube channel to begin with. And let's fucking grow. Let's put all this bullshit aside. For example, I heard Nicolina say something today that just really hung true with me. It really resonated. Do you want to be right or do you want to be successful? And so many times, I just want to be right. I didn't care about success. I wanted to be right. Well, you know what? Now that's changing. I don't give a fuck if people think I'm right, I'm lying. It doesn't matter. I want to finish what I started, and that was build a successful channel and build a successful empire. And that's what I'm going to do. So I can leave all these assholes in the dust. Don't give a fuck. With that said, I know when Tracy was on my panel yesterday, we were talking about a story of this woman that left her kids alone, her daughter alone, and the daughter died. Well, I'm starting to put together a video for Patreons about the whole story. Oh my God, it's even worse than you think. She could have had a babysitter. And this woman also, and again, I'm not going to give too many details, but I just kind of want to follow up with yesterday. She left a baby with a 13-year-old babysitter for 6 weeks. And the girl and her mother were like, look, we need money. We need, we have to feed your baby. And she was like, oh, I'm coming home soon. I'm coming home soon. 6 weeks she left this kid with a babysitter. So she obviously didn't care about the kid at all. But this mother and this child, this 13-year-old, like, I don't know why she didn't call us. Like, why didn't she just let us babysit while she went on vacation? And I could not even fucking fathom leaving a child home for 10 days alone, 16 months old, thinking it's going to survive. I think this bitch needs to be charged with first-degree murder and send her away for the rest of her life. That's my opinion. Yeah, but you know what, Haunting Haley? To add to that, fucking Glara today. All right, we know me and Glara have a, love-hate relationship. It's no secret. But he had like over 3,000 people in his live today. I was like, go Glara. So I'm listening it's had to do with Karen Reed trial, but I'm listening. And, his attitude was, do I want to be right or do I want to be successful? And he chose successful and he's doing it. So I think a lot of times maybe I picked the wrong path. So now I don't care if I'm right or not. Well, I do, but you guys know what I mean. So that's all the prelude I have for you guys. Now let's get into this. A big thanks to Amber because I could not find the documents anywhere. By the way, TikTok is doing spirit boxes for a child that they don't even know is dead. Just saying. I think it's gross. Well, all right. So before we get into the actual documents, let's get into the timeline of how all of this started, how it all went down. Well, all right. 216, photo of Elijah and Jesse allegedly at a car shop. We cannot confirm this was 100% them, even though it was confirmed by shop owner. But that was on the 16th. On the 20th, Jesse allegedly took his older child to school, came home, took a nap, and by 11 when he woke up, Elijah was gone and Jesse reported him missing. Personally, just a personal thing, I believe that he went somewhere, died, was thrown somewhere, or whatever, on the 16th or 17th. I don't believe that he was alive on the 20th. I can't tell you why I feel like that. There's just too much of a gap that nobody saw this little kid. I mean, what did you do? Keep him locked up in the house? Neighbors, nobody saw him. Nobody saw this kid after this one thing by the shop owner. On 220, items were found that resembled Elijah's. Cannot confirm that they're his 100%. 220, Jesse View, Elijah's caretaker, was taken into custody 11:48. 221, Katrina Bauer, mother, was taken into custody. All right, here's my other question. Maybe I'm missing something. Isn't View his last name? So how does Jesse and his caretaker have the same last name if that's not his father? Is this timeline messed up? Did someone screw this up in the timeline? Because Jesse View wasn't his father. Do you know what I'm saying, though? So I don't know if someone messed this up, but Jesse's last name wasn't View, I don't believe. Katrina was charged with relative of the father. Oh, okay. Katrina was charged with party to child neglect, and a bail was set at $15,000. Way too young, way too little. Jesse was charged with child neglect, and his bail was set to $20,000. Now, this was before today's hearing. They had a hearing today. We know Katrina has lied about her locations. We do not know which location, but she did say Katrina was not present when Elijah went missing. Jesse Vong, thank you. I thought something was messed up. We know that Jimmy View, all right, so it's Jimmy Vang. That's what I thought. See, this is saying that, oh, Jimmy View. All right, I'm sorry. Jimmy View is Elijah's father, who's been incarcerated before Elijah went missing. We know that Katrina sent Elijah to Jesse's home for disciplinary reasons. We know Elijah's family is asking anyone and everyone to keep searching on foot for Elijah. There's a group discussion and meeting place at the Maconda Movie Theater in Manitowoc mornings at 9 a.m. All right. Oh, it is Jimmy View. Oh, no, that's the father, right? Yeah, Jesse is the caretaker. All right. So there's the father. Looks just like him. All right. So Jimmy View was found guilty of child abuse, high probability great harm, a class F felony. Now, what I don't know, though, I don't know the dates of these charges. He was found guilty of possession of a firearm, convicted of a felony, a Class G felony. Jimmy View was found guilty of battery, a Class A misdemeanor. Jimmy View was found guilty of disorderly conduct, a Class B misdemeanor. Jimmy View was found guilty of possession with intent, THC, which ain't shit. Class F felony, Class F felony. Jimmy View was found guilty of possession of methamphetamine, Class 1 felony, Wisconsin, but I don't have the dates on them. So, Haley, from what I understand, when it comes to Wisconsin, the $15,000, $20,000 is a cash bond, and you can't get a percentage. So it's really similar to like 200,000. Well, that's what I'm not sure, because Jesse's last name is not View. It's Vang. So I don't even know if they are actually related. All right, but let's get into the court documents. All right. So this all happened, this was all filed today. See, it's Jesse Vang, yeah. Fishcott Road. All these roads are way familiar. All right, the undersigned being duly sworn states the following complaint is true. Neglecting a child, the specified harm did not occur in child under 6 years of age, PTAC as a party to the crime. The above-named defendant on or between February 12, 2024 and February 20th, 2024, which honestly leaves a pretty big gap, in the city of Two Rivers, Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, as a party to a crime, being a person responsible for the welfare of victim child, date of birth 8/20/20, through his action for reasons other than poverty, did neglectfully fail to provide necessary care so as to seriously endanger the physical, mental, or emotional health of a child, and the natural and probable consequences of this violation would be harm under 948.21 Part ABCD. Although the harm did not actually occur in the child contrary to Section 948, Class A felony or Class 1 felony, and upon conviction may be fined no more than $10,000 or imprisoned no more than 3 years and 6 months. Okay, this is a bullshit charge. I'm sorry, but it is. And they're charging him assuming that he didn't hurt the child. I'm not really sure why, but okay. The complaint alleges he is informed by the reports of Megan Klumpin, known to be compliant to be a detective at Two Rivers. I don't need to read all that. On 2/20, Two Rivers Department was notified by dispatch that Jesse Vang called 911 at 10:59 a.m. reporting that he was babysitting a 3-year-old child victim. Vang reported that while watching the child, he fell asleep. When he woke up, the child was missing. Law enforcement responded to the Vang residence at 3918 Mishkat Road, apartment 102 in Two Rivers to locate the victim. Law enforcement has been unsuccessful in locating the victim as of today. On 2/20/24, a detective spoke with Vang at the residence of 3918. Vang said he was in a relationship with the victim's mother. Okay. Vang stated the victim has been staying with him recently. Vang stated he has been trying to help Bauer correct victim's bad behaviors. Vang stated he's been assisting with the care of victim for approximately 1 month, but not continuously. Vang stated on 2/20 he woke up with his autistic teenage son. Vang helped his son with getting on the bus at approximately 7:30. Vang stated victim was still asleep after he walked his son out to the bus. Vang stated he woke victim at approximately 800 hours and brought him to the bedroom with him. Vang stated when he shut the door and Vang fell asleep. Vang stated he woke up approximately 11 hours and found victim was gone. Vang said he then called 911 to report victim missing. Okay. Let's dissect this a little, okay? Because, I mean, hearing me read it is monotonous anyway. So let's try to, make it better. First things first, his story is plausible, but it's plausible. We may not believe him because the kid is missing, but it's definitely a plausible story. If he is the sole caretaker for his autistic son, I can see why a mother might possibly bring or drop the son off to him if he's a sole caretaker. It says it, and I'm just giving this guy a little credit, okay? Yeah, on its face, it sounds possible. Maybe he was doing drugs the night before and he was tired, so he went back to bed at 8. That's very possible. It's very possible that his story is true, that, maybe he woke up early, had an exhausting night with the guy, with his son. It's also very possible that he was a better parent than she was. Maybe she was a horrible mom, and he said, bring her to me. I'm just saying that paragraph is definitely plausible. Being that he's missing, it's, oh, the kid just disappeared. Well, was your fucking front door locked? Did the kid have a habit of running out? Maybe, just maybe, the kid ran away. Maybe he felt he was being abused from both sides and he did legit run away. That's possible too. Unlikely, but possible. Detective Glasser spoke with Bauer. Bauer stated the victim has been in the care of Jesse Wang for approximately a week. Bauer resides in Wisconsin Dells. Bauer stated she dropped off victim with Jesse in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. She intended on victim coming back to Wisconsin Dells on Friday, 2/23. On 2/20, did speak with Katrina and denied that she was in Manitowoc area on February 16th to 17th. Okay. Well, that could change things. Detective Klumpin is aware that pursuant search warrants, law enforcement did conduct forensic extractions of Jesse Vang and Katrina's cell phones after they were consensually turned over to law enforcement. Based on analysis of the cell phones, specifically location data obtained, that law enforcement obtained information that contradicted Katrina's statements that she had not been to Manitowoc on February 16th, 17th. Law enforcement located messages from Vang to Bauer at approximately 6:39 and 6:49 on the 17th, where Vang tells Bauer that he's angry that victim overfilled his diaper with poop and pee and that Vang gave victim a cold shower. Vang noted that victim was clean but scared. Okay. I'm okay, just a mom. I'm better now than I was earlier. Dr. Glasser spoke with Katrina Bauer, and she stated that Jesse was the enforcer of rules in the relationship and that the reason for sending victims stay with Vang. She discussed with him the limits of what discipline she did not want used. Other than that, she is fine with whatever discipline Vang enforces. She gave examples of discipline, including praying, saying he was sorry, to going over 4 rules that victim is supposed to be memorizing. At no point did she admit she was in the city of Two Rivers between February 12, 2024 and February 20th, 2024, or had any face-to-face contact with victim. She said she was discussing behavior issues with Vang around Thanksgiving of 2023, and he said she needed to try harder and stop the behavior. Bauer stated she wanted Vang to teach victim by example how to be a man. She said the first time victim had gone stay with Vang without her was in January of 2024. She said the past week was the longest time victim had stayed with Vang without her being there. Glasser said while talked about this past week, she admitted she had been in Two Rivers on February 16, 2024. She said she left the Wisconsin Dells around 6 or 7, arrived in Two Rivers late at night. She saw victim on the couch, but he was tired. She said she left early morning on February 17th. She was confronted about being in Two Rivers on a different day. She did admit she was in Two Rivers on the 14th for a period of time and then went back home. Okay. As a single mom, I know what that's like. You want a boy, like no matter how good of a parent I am on both sides, I'm still not a man. I'll still never be a man. So I understand what she's saying about, putting him with a guy to make him a man. Granted, 3-year-old is young, but, I remember Dayton would come home from a dad like, Mom, I put on man stuff. That was like a big joke. Everything was man stuff. So it does start that young. So I understand that. And again, I'm not like siding with the mom or anything. I'm just explaining how so far everything that I'm hearing is pretty normal. Hey, Rockabit. On 2/20/24, Vang consented to meeting a law enforcement at TRPD and agreed to a consensual interview. During the course of the interview conducted by Detective Michael Herman of Manitowoc County Sheriff's Office, Vang made consensual statements in regards to his recent interactions with victim. Vang stated that victim is afraid of him, and then corrected himself and stated that he respects me. He stated that they put victim here as a punishment for his bad behavior. They were trying to teach him how to be good here and good at home. Vang indicated that he's trying to make him understand that going home is like a privilege for him. Okay, that's bad parenting. Yeah, he was 3. But honestly, I remember Dayton coming home at the age of 2. Like, Mom, Daddy put on man stuff. Like, look what daddy sent me home with. I got man stuff. I'll never forget it. It was the cutest thing ever. Vang stated victim was disciplined using timeouts. He described the timeouts as being standing for periods of time from 1 to 3 hours. Okay, 1 to 3 hours is child abuse. 20 minutes is standing, like holding something in their hand, but 1 to 3 hours is child abuse. During this time, victim was required to pray or say, "I'm sorry, mommy." Vang reported that victim was in timeout for the majority of the time with Vang, as it was intended as a form of boot camp. Other than getting into things, Vang was unable to identify specific bad behaviors which required a timeout. That's a good question. Vang reported that victim is not potty trained and that he is still wearing diapers. Vang advised that he changed victim's diaper at least once per day, once a day. On the evening of 2/19/2024, Vang changed victim's diaper prior to him going to bed at approximately 8 to 9. He then watched Ready Player One, stated that victim was not watching the movie as Vang put him in punishment. He stated that victim will stand in the corner or stand by the bed by me. He gets pretty tired from, I guess, like from standing too. He explained he does not want to be mean to him, but he's trying to teach him how to be more respectful. He was asked about February 19, 2024, if he made victim stand, to which he replied, yeah, for probably like 2 to 3 hours. Vang confirmed again that victim stands for 2 to 3 hours without sitting. In the event that victim tries to sit down, Vang will say, "You want cold water?" He then indicated he's fine. It's not like his knees are shaking and about to fall over, you know. Okay, now, as disgusting as this may sound, I don't know if anyone is Asian here. Is this Asian discipline? The reason I say that is he's telling this to the police like it's no big deal. And this is like straight up child abuse. So I'm thinking that in maybe Chinese culture or Asian culture, like this is normal. Because if you're trying to hide a crime, you don't tell the cops shit like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're making a 3-year-old stand for 3 hours and you don't think that's wrong? You think that's perfectly fine? Hey, Mong, what's that? Is this their culture? Because I mean, I just can't imagine the way it's not normal. I just can't imagine the way he's telling police, like, it's no big deal. Who cares? Hmong culture is very strict. Okay. Because again, if you're trying to hide a crime, you do not tell the police these things. You know what I'm saying? You're not like, yeah, we just made the kid stand for 3 hours. No big deal. On the morning of 2/20, Vang woke up at approximately 7:30 hours, has prepared his son for school. At that time, he saw a victim sleeping on the futon sofa in the living room. Vang took his son to the bus stop, locked the apartment door. Upon returning to the apartment, Vang found victim still sleeping on the sofa. He woke victim up. They ate breakfast. He reported victim ate some cereal, which had frosting on one side and wheat on the other, without milk. Then they went to Vang's bedroom, where victim was told to stand and pray near the foot of Vang's bed. He did not change victim's diaper as he was too tired. Victim was not allowed to do fun things as he was in a timeout. When asked about any toys in the apartment, Vang reported there was one toy which he received at Christmas time. The toy was similar to a toolbox. However, he was not allowed to play with it during the week of 2/12 to 2/20. That's more than a week, isn't it? As he was in a timeout. When asked what happens if the timeout do not work with victim, Vang stated that he would give him an ultimatum. Vang reported that the ultimatum was usually, "Do you want some cold water?" Vang reported victim did not like cold water, but did not know why. When asked about what victim ate while he was with Vang, he stated pizza, noodles, cereal, and similar things. He stated that victim was still bottle fed and he was trying to get him to eat regular food. He was unable to provide specific details as to the food. While Vang was sleeping, he would lock the door to the apartment at the doorknob, deadbolt, and a security chain attached to the top of the door to keep victim from walking out of the apartment. Vang reported that on the evening prior to victim going missing, he had consumed 3 12-ounce Budweiser beers and 1 cyclobenzaprine as a sleep aid. Now, all right, so let's back up. If he bolted everything, then there's no way anyone got in or out. Okay, so they even allow physical punishment in hung schools. See, there you go. That's why he's telling the police like it's no big deal. Like he's perfectly fine, but no big deal. But if he had this all locked, there was nobody getting in or out, which tells me you know what happened to him. I mean, plain and simple. Detective Herman is on the case. Must be his son. So he had 3 12-ounce beers, but he couldn't change a diaper. Okay. Joy, I was thinking the same thing. Still on a bottle of 3? All right. The information provided by Laffey, Oswald, Herman, Glasser, Klumpkin is believed because they have provided true and reliable information as law enforcement officers. The information provided by Jesse Vang and Katrina is believed as it is based on their observations. Complaint is informed by the records of the Wisconsin Circuit Court's Crime Information Bureau. All right. So this would be his charges. 2002, damaged property. 2002, fleet in office. 2002, battery by prisoner. 2002, child abuse. 2005, manufacturing dealt cocaine. 4, possession cocaine. 6, possession cocaine. 2007, resist obstruct officer. 2009, he skipped bail. All right, so he really hasn't been in trouble since 2009. So I mean, that's a long time to not be in trouble. The boy's dad is in jail. But I mean, like his charges of child abuse, 2002. I mean, shit, people go to jail for murder and, have less time. Paid his time. I mean, he's never been charged with it again. But hold on. I want to look at something. Hold on. Yeah, but that's on the mom. All right. Bear with me. Okay. So my instincts were right. Hung parents typically don't discipline their children in the presence of guests. Instead, they usually discipline children after guests have left. Hung men are generally responsible for disciplining children, especially sons. However, some say hung American parents are more restrictive and autocratic than physical punishments, verbal warnings, and one-way communication. Traditionally, physical discipline is considered acceptable in both home and school. Corporal punishment is a traditional part of Hung, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, child rearing, but is generally frowned upon in the US. So that explains why he seems to, just tell the police, yeah, no big deal. Oh, I don't think it made much. Hung men are seen as the head of the household. They're largely responsible for disciplining children, including particularly sons. While more men are engaging with their children's school experience, their responsibility largely falls on the women. Looking directly into the face or direct eye contact is considered rude. Laughing or making rough comments is rude and shows insincerity. Sitting too close to the opposite gender while talking is inappropriate. I mean, this makes sense of why he did what he did. Hung parenting practices are governed by the idea that children are possessions of parents. Children must listen to and obey their parents and elders. Infants are not shown physical affection for fear of spoiling them. Parental love is demonstrated through gifts and the meeting of basic needs. Wow. That's crazy. Can you imagine not giving an infant love? They're not showing physical affection. Poor kids. Let's go adopt some. Let's go adopt some. That's crazy. But it now, like, that's what I'm saying. Now I completely understand why he was telling the cops like it was no big deal. I totally get it. Corporal punishment has been a traditional part of Hong child rearing practice, but is generally found on the U.S. That's crazy. Usually at the age of 6, the children may go with their parents in the fields to help out with what they can. As they get older, they're expected to contribute to the welfare of the family. Now, if his father shared the same values, it'll be an interesting case. It's going to be an interesting trial. Assuming. And even, I don't know, I was going to say, even if he comes up gone, I don't know if they can use this to help them. You know what I mean? Here's a breakdown of the family structure begins at home. Teaching the child obedience by training them through setting limits and not going over them. Teach the child responsibility by training them through participation in housework tasks. Teach the child discipline by teaching them that if they do wrong is unacceptable and they will get punished. Teach the child nurturance by training them to be helpful to other siblings and dependent people in the family. Teach the child achievement by training them through competition of standards of excellence. Teach the child self-reliance by training them to take care of themselves and to be independent of the assistance of others in providing for their needs, and general independence by training them to learn to act without being dominated or supervised too often. They say parents who demand absolute respect and obedience from their children only makes one side win, the parents. Wow. Yeah, he's admitted to all of this like it was no big deal. That's why I'm like, this has to be something with his culture. It is not uncommon to beat a child. It's seen as a way to control behavior, to teach misbehaving children between right and wrong. The American society teaches that if you discipline your child, you are using a form of child abuse. So therefore, Hong parents fear that they will lose their children. Many of the older Hong generation feel that America has stripped them from their parental rights. Does he have custody of his autistic son? Because as you guys know, I just started with this case. I kind of like jumped in. But if he had full custody of his autistic son, like where is that mother? And could he? Yeah, he had child abuse charges, but back in 2002. So I'm wondering if he has full custody, because if he does, I mean, it's not, you can't apply these rules to an autistic child. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know. Look how miserable all these kids look. He was the primary caregiver. So I'd say go state agencies, exactly. The mother also had CPS cases. Yeah, but I'm just talking about his autistic son. And this article that I just read was from 2013. I mean, but it definitely makes sense of why he was telling the police, hey, it's no big deal. Yeah, I made him, stand for 3 hours. Who fucking does that? How are you going to make his kid stand for 3 hours? He's 3 years old. And if the mother didn't follow through, then it's pointless anyway. So what I read before, was that the entire document? Because wouldn't that just be his document? That sounded like it was his, not hers. I know, right, Bridget? Hey, Sagittarius. See, when the kids were young, I learned from one of the, I think it was a gym teacher, or maybe it was Phoenix's basketball coach. His kids were like acting up in the gym or something, and they were young. And what he did was he made them work out. And I was like, what a brilliant idea. He's like, I'm telling you, I've been doing it since they're little, and it works out great. And that's what I started doing. Every time the kids got in trouble, I make them do sit-ups, make them do push-ups. They would have to hold each other's feet. And they didn't mind doing it. And it actually took out energy, and it worked. And then they gave up. I'm like, all right, Dane, drop. You got 15 push-ups to do. It was a great idea. And then they would start laughing because they would laugh. And I was like, come on, 50 sit-ups. I was like, Dayton, hold Phoenix's feet. And Phoenix said, do. I'm like, come on, Phoenix, you can do it. I can't do anymore. I said, yes, you can. And every time they would stop, nope, you got to do 10 more. And it was much more fun watching them do that than like, oh, you got to sit in your room. Or I was never that type of mom. And they were never that bad at kids. But the workouts were great. All right. Hmong people have been in the U.S. for 40 years since the start of the Vietnam War. Takes for a much better kid after the fact. Exactly. We would end up laughing. Because Dayton couldn't do it. Sage would like breeze through it. And Dayton was always like, they're not holding my feet tight enough. It's fine, I'll hold your feet. But then they would like push each other. I was like, if you don't hold his feet, you're going to do 10. Well, that's not fair. Let's see if he remembers it. If he's still awake. She did kick ass. A mom might hear you and drop off their kid, like this case, military school over at Lawrence. Yo. We were talking about corporal punishment, but do you remember when I used to make you guys work out when you were bad and doing push-ups and sit-ups?
No.
How do you not remember?
Don't remember that at all.
You don't remember having to do push-ups and sit-ups?
Not for you, no.
Seriously, every time you got in trouble?
Seriously.
Oh my God. I'm calling you brother and sister because you're a dum-dum. I can't believe you don't remember. Call my daughter. Hey, can you, all right, so I'm live right now and we're talking about when I used to make you guys do push-ups and sit-ups as punishment. Do you know Dayton doesn't remember? I'm like, how do you not remember that?
I literally tell everyone about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, instead of my mom spanking us, she would like make us do exercises, or she would make us put our hands up, and we like sit by the stairs and put our hands down. We to like restart for another 30 minutes. And then how like I used to hate being sent to my room because I'd kick and scream and then take the best nap of my life.
Thank you. Dayton's like, I don't remember. How do you not remember, Dayton?
Ask him if he remembers getting soap shoved in his mouth.
Getting what?
Soap shoved in his mouth.
Getting what shoved in his mouth?
Soap.
Who shoved soap in his mouth?
You don't remember putting soap in his mouth?
No.
Well, there's your memory loss.
I don't remember putting soap.
He would be in the bath and then like cuss, and then you used to threaten him. There was a few times where you actually did do it.
Really? I don't remember ever doing that.
Oh my God! Yeah, you did. It was funny.
Like,
because he liked to cuss.
Seriously? Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
Swear to God, he won't remember it. I do.
He doesn't even remember doing push-ups and sit-ups.
Which means he won't remember that. But no, he used to put soap in his mouth because he would cuss at like 4.
How many times did I do it?
Like, not a lot, like 3 or 4 times. You used to threaten it a lot until you actually started doing it, and then he stopped.
See, it worked.
He realized you would actually do it, and then he stopped.
That's funny.
You would like try to put it in his mouth. He's like, no. And then you'd like give in. It was during bath times. I remember this.
No, I remember threatening. I don't remember actually doing it.
No, you did it like 3 or 4 times.
Wow. Yeah, I don't remember that.
And then him running out. Does he remember running outside butt naked? He won't remember that. He was too young.
When did he run outside butt naked?
Remember when Kaylee and her brother and I were all like, we're playing, like Phoenix and I were playing outside and Dayton ran outside. Like he took off his diaper and ran away.
No.
And you don't remember that?
No.
Oh my God.
You sure it was me and not the nanny?
No, swear to God, it was you. Every time it was you.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And he would like literally take off his diaper and go running.
I'm free.
Swear to
I'm
God.
free.
Or it was always during bath time.
Nah, I don't remember that.
That's so funny.
I just can't believe that he didn't remember the sit-ups, the push-ups.
Yeah, I can remember he did. I can't believe you don't remember that.
I was like,
There's a lot
Dayton.
you don't remember either.
What?
I said, there's a lot you don't remember either. Phoenix remembers it when Dayton would run outside and there's nothing but his butt.
No, I don't remember. I mean, I kind of remember, but I don't remember the circumstances. But I just can't believe he doesn't remember how he was punished.
He probably tells everyone that you beat him.
What?
He probably tells everyone that you beat
I'm
him.
sure he does.
I
We know
no.
Dayton's story tells.
Yeah, no.
But and then I was like, do I call Phoenix or Sage? I'm like, Sage will remember.
No, I remember. And also, you only spanked me one time because you thought I was lying about something, and I wasn't lying.
You think I remember?
You were in the first Florida apartment that we lived in, and you spanked me because you thought I was lying about brushing my teeth, and I definitely wasn't freaking lying. I was so mad, too.
Mm-hmm.
You never hit me until that point. Spank on the butt, I was so mad.
Well, you remember it. You're scarred for life.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell everyone they beat me.
I sure.
Everyone.
What?
So I'm telling everyone they beat me.
That's it. You just did.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. I just got home from work.
How was it?
I'm busy.
That's good.
I know I made $134 in card. I haven't counted my cash yet.
Okay.
I told Grandma already about.
Wait, I'm live. I told you I was live.
I don't care if they hear about my work schedule.
I know, but still, no point.
Yeah. All you need to know is I'm closing on Saturday and stuff.
All right. They're coming Friday night. They're picking
Saturday.
Phoenix up. Well, yeah, but they're bringing Phoenix home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it is Friday night. They'll be here
Yeah.
at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's what Grandma told me.
I told them just stay in your room. She said, no, we're going to
That's
stay
what I
at the same hotel. Okay.
Yeah, I said that this morning. I was like, are y'all staying in my room? And she was like, no, we're going to get a hotel. The same one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, Grandma.
Sounds good. They don't like the dogs.
Sounds good.
I can take Booker to the vet. All right.
You need to do that this week.
Call me tomorrow. You back in school?
Yeah, I just got home.
All right. Have fun.
All right,
I love you. Bye. I'll call me tomorrow.
All right.
Oh, by the way, I have prescription lidocaine for when you get your tab.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Yeah, I have tons of it. They gave me like 3 refills.
How long do I wait to apply before I get tattoo?
Before what?
How long do I wait to apply before I get the tattoo? Like, how long do I need to time period?
On the way there. All right. I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. They ain't trying to act like I'm fucking lying and shit. Kid is an idiot. Do not remember putting soap in his mouth though. It was the thing back then, but I don't remember doing it. I introduced food early and healthy kids who introduced purees at 6 months. Yeah, I remembered introducing them to purees when they were able to sit up. Once they were able to sit up on their own is when I started giving them purees. But I made all their own food. Hang on, let me get him a bone. Oh, sure. Now he runs away. There you go. Manja, manja. Go get it. Once they were able to sit up is when, hey, True Texan, once they were able to sit up That's when I started making purees, but I made all their own food. Bottles were long gone. Nah, see, I didn't want to give them food until they were able to actually like sit up in a high chair, hold it, not hold a spoon, but play with, little baby food. So, but a bottle at 3, no, that's way too much. See, the mom, though, wasn't that religion. So the mom has no excuse. You know what I mean? There's no excuse for the mom. Oof. I gave him baby cereal at 7 weeks. He never slept and never could get enough calories. That's rough. It's one thing about Phoenix. Phoenix was a sleeper. He loved to sleep. He would sleep no matter what. Dayton, not so much. Sage, absolutely not. Now, is there any documentation about what the mom was doing at the time? So I didn't want to start him on food too early. I was like fanatical. Punishment should always fit the crime. Some things can be talked out, others require some kind of retribution, whether that is an apology, a letter, a toss of free time, loss of a privilege. I don't know. I was never one to take things away. I mean, obviously, I guess I put soap in the kid's mouth once or twice. Hey, Lisa. But yeah, she wasn't being a mom. Maybe she went to go visit the father in jail. Maybe. There's another okay, where is that is that the one you sent me, Amber? Hang on. Oh. All right. Let me get back here. All right. Hey, Allie. All right, so the red is the one I just read. Now I'm confused. Hold on. Okay. All right. So now we move to mom's charges. That was Jesse's charges. I knew something wasn't right. All right, bear with me. All right. Bear with me, little grasshoppers. And if anybody else wants to come up here and read it, I'm all for it. All right. 1 second, last page. All right, so now we got mom's documents. But like I said, if anybody with a sweet voice wants to come up here and read this, let me know and I'll drop a link. When I was born, they didn't have disposable diapers. All right. She's 5'7", 110. All right, this is her charges. Going once, going twice. Someone with a sweet voice wants to read this instead of me. Because we all know I have such a great voice. Seriously, though. Going once, going twice. All right, I guess you guys want to hear my ugly ass voice read it. Here we go. All right, neglecting part of your child. This is for Katrina. Same statue. Okay, she is obstructing an officer. Around the 20th, didn't know obstruct an officer. That's probably when she lied. See, but all these are like no more than 9 months in prison, no more than 3. They're going to run consecutive, and she's going to get like 3 years. All right, 3 counts of obstructing an officer, which will be 9 months for each, assuming that they don't find him. I mean, is it possible the kid ran away? Because that's my thought. Maybe he actually ran away. Thank you, timeout. But not everyone likes the New York accent. So the obstructing an officer is when she lied. All right, somehow this part is missing. I don't know where this connects to. Oh, that's 3. All right, here it is. All right. I have him confused. Page 2 of 4. Complaint alleges he is informed by reports of Megan, known to be compliant, 2 Rivers cop, blah, blah, blah. All right, on 2/20, 2 Rivers Police Department were notified by dispatcher Jesse Vang called 911 at 11 o'clock, report he was babysitting a 3-year-old child victim. Vang reported that while watching the child, he fell asleep. When he woke up, the child was missing. Been unsuccessful. Spoke with Vang. Vang stated, all right, same stuff. Bow stated the victim has been in care approximately 1 week. Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. All right, this so far is the same as his. Now we go back here. At no point did she admit she was in the city of Two Rivers between February 12th and February 20th, or had any face-to-face contact with victims. She said she was discussing behavioral issues. All right, same as his. Van consented to meeting with law enforcement at TRPD, Two Rivers Police Department, and agreed to a consensual interview. During the course of the interview conducted by Detective Michael Herman of Manitowoc County Sheriff's Office, Vang made consensual statements in regards to his recent interactions with victim. Vang stated that victim is afraid of him, then corrected himself, stated he respects me. He stated that they put victim here as a punishment for his bad behavior. They were trying to teach him how to be good here. All right, this is all the same. Using timeouts. He described timeouts being standing periods 1 to 3 hours, boot camp, blah, blah, blah. We read all this. 7:30, prepared her son for school. So victim sleeping on the couch. He woke victim and they ate breakfast. See, here's the other thing that I find odd. If he really didn't want to deal with the kid, why not just leave the kid on the couch and go to sleep? That's where I think it's a little odd. Unless he wanted the kid locked in. You know what I mean? Why not just leave the kid out there? I don't know. When asked about any toys in the apartment, Vang reported there was one toy which she received at Christmas time. This toy is similar. All right. This is the same document. This is all about Vang, not about her. So I don't know if there's a mistake made but this is the exact same document. There's nothing different. This still says nothing about the mom. Where the mom was, why the mom didn't have. No, Amber. I'm saying that it's showing that it's for her, but it's all about him. I mean, granted, I understand it's about the child. But no, I want to know, where is the mom? Why did the mom, where was she this whole week? Why did she lie to the police about being in Manitowoc on so early? Did mom have a key to the apartment? Did mom take him? Now, the autistic boy that lives with him would know the last time the child was seen. Depending on, well, if he takes a bus, then I don't know if he's nonverbal or not, though. But you know what I'm saying? All right, hold on. Let me shut down those notifications. That's what I'm saying. He might be nonverbal. All right. Yeah, but the kid couldn't have disappeared then either, though. That's what I was saying before, Joy. If he had disappeared, then there couldn't have been a lock on the door. I hope they find him alive, and I hope the kid ran away. No 3-year-old should go through that, ever. So I do. I hope the kid ran away. Found himself a new family. One that'll give him love that he appreciates. I don't know. Maybe there was a lock on the bedroom door or something. I don't know. I'm pretty iffy on this guy being involved. I know that sounds crazy. I think mom's definitely involved, but I'm not. Either this guy's the dumbest fucking child abuser ever, or he's being honest. It's one or the other. And the reason I say that is all the information he's given to the police either A, make him the dumbest motherfucker in the universe, or he's just telling the truth. Yeah, that's true, Crystal. My son was having a nap and I went for a shower. He moved a chair, unlocked the door, and took the dog for a walk to my mother's house. Oh, no shit. Well, that would be scary as hell. No, Carol, one of the dads is in jail. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, Amanda? He's either the dumbest motherfucker in the universe or he's telling the truth. Are there no... Hold on, let me look at something. All right, I'm going to have to go back to his for a second. Here we go. Hold on. All right. They have a ring cam. That's a ring cam. So there would be video if this kid walked out. Now, this is a ring cam right there. So if this kid, it's a cemetery. So if this kid, I don't know where building 2 is. Or where apartment 2 is. But if he happened to come to the road, that ring cam would pick him up. Cemetery obviously doesn't have ring cams over here, but they may have cameras. I don't think it's going to let me in. No. I mean, most cemeteries have cameras, but I'm not sure where. There's no numbers. All right, that's blocked off. I don't see any cameras here. Oh. Not exactly a nice area. I don't see any other ring cams. That's a camera. Or it could be a motion light. Too hard to tell. I don't see another ring light. That could be. But that house right across the street, that was definitely a ring cam. Now, I'm not trying to be morbid. But think about this for a second. This is a pretty big cemetery. Kind of the ultimate crime, really. The easiest cover up. Check it out. What if? All right. When someone gets buried, they checked all the landfills. I don't think they found anything, but talk about the perfect getaway crime. Listen, you know how a lot of times, or 99% of the time, before you bury someone, they dig it up, before that, the night before. So this way, after the funeral, you bring the casket and ready to go. What if you dump the body in that hole? There's no way for anyone to ever find it. They're going to come there the next day with the casket and drop it. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Yarn. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like the perfect crime. The perfect way that they're never going to get found, ever. Think about that for a second. It's kind of brilliant. And it wouldn't work with an adult, but it would work with a 3-year-old baby, a 3-year-old child. It's right across the street from where they were. Not if you put it under the tomb, if you put it under the casket. Because remember, this is a little child. This is a small baby. And it's a very big cemetery. Now, again, I don't know if there's cameras. Did they go there in the middle of the night and build their own hole? That's what I'm saying, Lisa. It's small, not much effort. And if done right, I don't think you'd find them. And then that baby's in the ground under the casket, never be found again. Maybe that's what happened to Summer. Not necessarily. It looks like there's a lot of traffic. You know, like a lot of flowers, a lot of visits. I don't know, Lisa. How would they get out of the hole? They wouldn't have to be in the hole. The hole's already dug. Because you know how they dig a hole before they, put the cat, like they usually dig the hole the night before? I don't know. It's just a thought I had. Being that the cemetery is right across the street, I never thought of this. Or like this, look. What did I just see? Hold on. I mean, like right there. He could be right there. Would they even think to look? That Bridget, that's because it's right across the street from where he was. Let me try going around the other way. See, I haven't watched anyone else's coverage on it. But I mean, it's legit right across. It's a big cemetery. The other side is definitely much more taken care of. It won't let me in. Won't let me up that way. Oh, it has two sides. Okay, so this must be new because it's kind of blurry. This is a big cemetery. We look in there. I don't know. I just kind of feel like a cemetery is like brilliant. It would be a brilliant way to get rid of a body that small. Her husband, John, hid her for years by doing this. Oh, no shit. I don't know. It's never been proven. Me neither, Yarn. I do. I just kind of feel like it's genius. If you know that it's going to be dug up, like you'd have to know ahead of time that a body's being buried and be able to have access to it. Like a lot of cemeteries you won't have access to. But I mean, this is on a major road and it's extremely large. and you can walk right on it. There's no fence. And this is 2024, so this is a brand new picture. But I mean, you could just walk right up to it. You don't need access. You don't need anything. Cameras, maybe. But I can see cameras maybe at the front entrance, but this covers a wide range. Here, like even the truck, if he's parked on the side, I don't know if he's driving or parked on the side. I think he's parked on the side. He doesn't even need to check in at the front. There's that guy. All right, hold on. One step further. Let's say, where'd that car go? Hold on. All right. Where'd it go? Guys, am I losing it? Hold on. Let's try that again. Right here. So here's a truck. There's something right here. Am I crazy? Right there. That is a truck. Like a lawnmower, right? Like we're both seeing the same thing. Right? I see the John Deere yellow wheels with the green lawnmower. Okay. We see this, right? Now watch. Where is it? It's gone. That's all I'm like, am I fucking losing it? There it is. Then when I move up, it's gone. There's the lawnmower. And now it's gone. Creepy. This time I'm not losing it. It had me fucked up. Because I'm like, wait, I knew I could have sworn something there. Maybe they put a body in the back of the lawnmower. That was the point I was getting at. Then maybe they put it in the back of that lawnmower. They're not going to check it. It is a ghost mower, exactly. No, but I never saw it like that. That was wild. Yeah, but even the cars that were coming down were gone. So someone was right. It was probably a different picture, but it just fucked me up for a minute because I'm like, where did that go? I don't know. So many possibilities. All right. You know, like maybe he's there. Well, then again, no, that wouldn't work. But you guys get what I'm saying. Just look for a freshly dug hole. I mean, I'm sure like the cops looked in the garbage. This is 2024 and 2023. Showing 2024. Oh, well, let me go around. All right. As far as I can go. I don't know. That's true. I could look up obituaries. But it'd be the day. Well, we don't know because we don't know the exact day. We don't know exactly when he went missing. But what I can tell you, there's so many possibilities. But if he got out of the house and ran away on his own, the house across the street has a camera. So either the building itself, he never came out that way. Here's the apartments. His was number 2, but we don't know which building. Yeah, won't let me in. Oh, wait. Oh. That's building 9. I know I'm wrong. No, I don't know which building it was. Yeah, they're apartments. Oh, Manitowoc has a lot of RSOs. But with somebody living above him or under him, if he was in apartment 2, he's probably on the 2nd floor. How did nobody hear anything? The grave would be dug and covered, waiting on casket. But that's what I'm saying, Joy. Thank you, Southern Gal. All right, I want to check one more thing. Where did address go again? All right. Turn on Image Car Road, apartment 102. All right, give me 1 second. So there was a Michael Snyder who also lived at that address in apartment 2. Mm. Oh, shit. For my making a murderer people, Jason Zipper lived at 3918 Michigan Road, apartment 101. That's fucked up. So these are like pretty popular apartments. All right. Apartment. Oh, it was 102. Okay. Wow, we live right next door to Zipper. Thank you, Southern Gal. I just don't know why it doesn't show the apartment anywhere. It doesn't show you the apartment. Oh. Damn, that's cheap. Buy a building for $213,000. Have 16 apartments in it. Damn, you'd be living pretty good. $7,000 square feet for $119,000. Is that haunted or what? Last time I was here is a raccoon scream after it fell in an open grave while the coffin is being lowered. Good point. No, I was just looking to see if we can get it like inside the apartment. Hey, Heather, I'm actually getting off in a minute. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't show me anything about inside the apartment. That's all we see. That's it. Thank you, Southern Gal. Southern gal dropping some donos. I did, Yarn. That's a pretty good shipping price. I just got something that looks like a scam. I don't know where it went. Oh, well. It upgrades the liability for the cemetery and all precautions taken to ensure no one messes with it. You can find yourself on camera. Yeah, but you can't. I don't know. I just think it's possible. And it's kind of a easy... I don't know, like an easier place to, even if it's temporary. I mean, they're not going to search every single part of the grave. At least I don't believe so. Are you tapping or something in your attic? Something's in your attic. I'm not tapping. I mean, I may have been tapping for a second. Like that. That was me. Drinking my water. But just a mom, are you still here? Let me tell you, before I shut down, let me tell you the one part of chemo that nobody tells you about. And I really should make a video on it because nobody warned me. Depression. I did not know what depression was except for the last few days. I've never been depressed. Not, more than a couple of minutes. And it's like walking around in a fog. And nobody tells you this. Like, I've looked on videos. Nobody talks about depression from chemo. And I had no idea. So a friend of mine and one of my Patreons had told me different things to try. So I've been doing it. And I took her advice and it worked. But like, I see my doctor, my regular doctor on Wednesday. And, I'm like, even if I ask him for antidepressants, he's like real old school. He's like the doctor from Virgin River. He's going to be like, I'm not giving you antidepressants. You don't need antidepressants. Go outside, take a walk. You'll feel better. He's so old school. He's legit like the doctor from Virgin River. And not that I want antidepressants, but I've never felt like this in my entire life. Like now I'm okay. But all day yesterday, it's this deep depression. And I kind of like pull through it, like I had to get orders wrapped and I had to get candles done. And I still got to finish Jonice's stuff, which needs to be done by like tomorrow. So I've been pushing through it, but I've been pushing through it in a fog, basically, like literally in a fog. And nobody talks about this depression that you get. And it's not even like a depression from having cancer or, going through chemo. It's got to be from the actual cancer. I mean, from the actual chemo. And no doctor warned me of it, but it's heavy, like seriously heavy. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a video on this because it does definitely need to be discussed. And because I've never had any kind of depression or mental illness, other than like you break up with someone, you know what I mean? But I've never had like this dark depression. And so maybe some people think it's normal. I don't know, but it's getting up every day. And I mean, I can't wash my hair anyway, but just not wanting to do anything. And I never knew what that was like. That's what I'm saying, Bridget. And like, I pushed through it because I have to, but nobody warned me of it. I was like, I was better just having cancer. But the only thing I contribute is it's got to be from the chemo. It's got to be something that chemo is doing that's causing this major depression. So, like I said, I'm better now. Oh, it is from the chemo. My nephew had a hell of a time, and he's like you, not depressed a day in his life till chemo. Okay, so I'm not crazy, but nobody talks about it. And I don't understand why. Nobody talks about it. I mean, I've heard depression of people that are going to die, depression from, that level, but not just from chemo. And I'm going to mention it to my oncologist. Like, you need to tell people that they might get heavily depressed. Like, heavily, heavily depressed. And yeah, my menopause is done though. I'm like way over menopause. You did after your surgery? He said he felt doomed. Like I know that feeling. That's kind of how I felt today. Like you just walk around in a fog. And you don't know why. Like I wasn't down on myself. I wasn't feeling like I was down on myself. It wasn't anything like that. I didn't feel like hopeless because I have no future. Like nothing like that. It's just this darkness, I guess. And anything that would normally make me happy doesn't work. Like sometimes food will make you happy. Nope, that didn't work. Going for a walk, that didn't work. Taking a shower, that didn't work. Nothing worked. And like I'm not even losing hair yet, like facial hair. I'm not losing anything yet. So I couldn't even contribute it to short-term loss or hair loss and nothing. So I'm like, it's just got to be the chemo. There you go. He's doing so much better. Chemo and radiation is done. He went to the store all by himself and he was so proud. You didn't sound good yesterday at all. Thanks, just a mom. That's because the drama was taking a toll. And drama also causes stress. Hey, Keith, how was your date? Doctors should give that warning, and they don't. And I really didn't talk to too many people about it because if I didn't snap out of it tonight, I'm not saying I won't be back tomorrow, but if I didn't snap out of it tonight, I didn't know what I was going to do. But I do know that outside influences have to be the minimum. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm on every day, Southern Gal. It's chemical depression. Chemo mess with your whole body. Rest when you're tired. I know. That was another thing. I'm tired all the time. My bones hurt. I mean, not hurt, achy. I wouldn't say hurt. Because they would not give me any to see. Yeah, I don't think they give antidepressants for someone that has no other issues. No, no other mental illness. But I know him. He'll be like, go outside. Go for walks more. Go to the gym. Work out.
I know you don't want to hear from me, but you know what's really weird about what you just said?
What?
You said that you didn't know what it was, but you felt darkness, right?
Yeah.
John 1:1, Jesus says...
Oh, God, here we go. Now he's going to preach to me the Bible.
I am.
What?
You want to know why?
Why?
The devil's darkness is the message we heard from Jesus, and now we declare to you, God is the light, and in the light there is no darkness.
Okay.
When you find God, you leave the darkness, because guess what? In this room right now, with this light fully blaring out, there's no darkness right here. There's no darkness. Jesus is the light. And when Jesus is in your life, the devil's not in your life. And the devil's the darkness. Everything that you do. Jesus saved and healed a blind man, not because of his faith, but because of his friend's faith. Can you believe that? That's crazy.
Crazy.
Another thing. In another book, he said that the only reason he didn't heal him is because he needed evidence that somebody would still have faith in him even after not being healed. In this room right now, there is no darkness because there is light. And in Jesus, there is no darkness because he is the light.
I think you should become a preacher.
No, I don't think I should. But you know what I think you need to become?
What?
A Christian.
Oh my God. Yeah, tell Grandma Friday.
I will.
Okay, you do that.
I will.
Okay.
In the light, there is no darkness.
Praise Jesus. Honey, I'm fighting breast cancer.
Okay.
So Jesus can't help me.
Guess what?
What?
Genesis, when God created the world was perfect. There was no disease. There was no nothing. Once the serpent tempted Eve to eat the fruit of wisdom and she ate it and she gave it to Adam, that's when the world became cursed. It was originally a world of love and there was no evil. There was no disease. There was nothing. People were supposed to live forever, thousands of years. We were not made to die. But once the world became cursed, by Eve, the world had become filled up with disease and all of the problems that are here today.
Oh, sure. So blame the woman.
No, blame the devil. You're fighting right now the devil itself. You're fighting a disease that is given to you by the devil. You know who heals? You know it's crazy to me?
You know what heals? Chemo. That's what heals.
You know what else heals? Jesus. But guess what?
What?
Did you know you don't believe in God, right? You don't
Does
believe
anyone want a 16-year-old?
You don't believe in God, right?
No.
Okay. So how come do you believe in the devil?
No, not any more than I believe in God.
Because you know what's crazy about atheism?
What?
That people don't believe in Jesus, but not even the devil doesn't. Like, he believes in Jesus. The devil himself believes in Jesus.
The devil came from Jesus. If you believe,
he came from God.
Yeah, if you believe the theories. I mean, if
it's
you
not
want
theories, it's facts.
But if you believe in that, then yes, the devil and God were besties, and then they separated.
Not really that true. You're
kind
of on the line. Regardless, that's not the point of what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to sit here and tell you is that you need to understand that in Jesus there is no darkness. In this room there is no darkness right now because the light is on. There's light in this room.
Under the bed is dark.
That doesn't matter. Guess what? Because there's no light down there. It's where the devil. That's why people say there's monsters under my bed. There's no light under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
There's no light under the bed. That's where the devil can reside. Devil can reside only in darkness because he can't be near Jesus. He can't even say Jesus' name. Did you know that an entire nation of devils committed suicide when they saw Jesus Christ? He's a perfect man. You need to understand that with Jesus is everything. Jesus saves.
Okay. Are you done?
You just don't care.
Mm-hmm. I love you. And Saint said you're crazy that you don't
Maybe
remember.
He's right. It may make you feel so much better going through some Bible passages with your son. I agree.
Okay. I'll keep in mind.
No, you won't. You're going to forget about this in 10 minutes.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you will.
No, I'm not. That's what you believe.
It needs to be what you believe.
All right.
You know what else Jesus told us? Jesus told us once you go to heaven, you'll forget anybody that did not make it. The reason I try to save you, stage, everybody, is because when I go to heaven, I want you guys to still be there. Because I won't remember you guys if you guys aren't in heaven with me. Read your Bible.
I'll be dead long before you're in heaven, babe.
That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, if you go to hell and then I go to heaven, guess what? I won't even know you. If you go to heaven and I go to heaven, you're going to remember me.
Honey, if your dad's in heaven, I'll be going to heaven.
Dad believed in Jesus.
Somewhat.
It's all about faith.
But he lived his life like he was run by the devil.
He was run by the devil.
Well, there you go.
He lived in darkness. He didn't know how to find the light.
Well, that's true.
And that's what I'm trying to prevent you from going down that path. Right now, you live in darkness, Mom.
No, I don't.
This is where you live.
Oh, my God. No, I don't.
This is where you live right now, Mom.
I have candles lit all the time. What are you talking about? I live in the light all the time.
Comparing Jesus' light to a candlelight is so crazy.
Turn the light on.
You need to understand, this is what you live in all the time. This right here, this is cancer.
Honey, I don't live in darkness.
As soon as Jesus comes into your life, guess what? The lights come back. You want to know why? Because Jesus, in Jesus, there is all light and there's no darkness.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind, honey. I love you.
You should. Truly.
You love my kid?
Hold on, I want to read your chat.
That's true. You can know Jesus, but it doesn't do a hell of a beans if you don't worship him. So just
Actually,
'cause
that's
you know
not
about
true.
him doesn't mean that
Jesus
you go
told
to
us
heaven.
that he will not be judged on how he. So you will be judged not on what you believe in, but what you were given. So if I was never known of God, but I'm the one who's doing God's rights, like I'm the one giving to my neighbor, I'm the one giving away, I'm the one being everything. If I don't know Jesus, how can I go to heaven if he's not, if he's an all merciful God? Because that doesn't seem merciful. You're not judged on what you do, but you're more judged on what you were told to make you believe, and then you went off of that. So if I'm telling you so much about it, and you still don't want to believe and believe, there were key eyewitnesses that saw Jesus rose from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in reincarnation, no?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus rose from the dead. There's eyewitnesses of everything that happened, and everything that has happened has been so pinpoint. Jesus said, did you know that Christianity is actually one of the most hated religions right now?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy. Bible told us, this book was made 2,000 years ago, that the Bible told us, for if the world hates you, remember it hated me first. So the world's going to hate us Christians, but you know what's crazy about that? Jesus told us this would happen 2,000 years ago.
Where did you come from? Where did you come from? You're not my child. Where did you come from? Where's that soap I used to put in your mouth? I'm just
See,
playing.
that's the devil in you. You're against it.
I'm Satan. Satan is not his A game, Bridget. I'm telling you. Good job.
It's not a good job.
Good job.
You need to
I raised you
understand.
so well. Now, really, where'd you come from?
What are you talking
Did we get switched to birth or something? I think he got switched to birth. He does sound like a preacher, right? Just remember him. He's gonna be preaching all in stadiums. Once he gets the security, he's gonna be preaching in stadiums.
That's after the NFL.
He's gonna be preaching. Yeah, Pastor Dayton. Pastor T. I still don't know where he came from. Maybe could you switch like a 10-year-old? Maybe you switched to 10.
One more thing.
Oh, God, here we go.
Psalms 103:3, he forgives all my sins and heals all my diseases. Mom, what are you going through right now? You're going through disease,
A
right?
child that I think I switched out of 10.
Psalm of David. Let all that I am praise with the Lord, with all my heart, I'll praise his holy name. Let us all, I am praise the Lord. May I never forget the good things he does for me. He forgives all my sins and heals all my diseases. He redeems me from death and crowns me with love and tender merciness. He fills my life with good things. My youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord gives righteousness and justice to all who are treated unfairly. Jesus told us he can help you, and he will if you accept him.
Okay. But the only person that can truly help me through this
Is Jesus.
is doctors.
No, it's Jesus Christ.
Because the doctors actually remove the cancer from my left boobie.
I also don't know a doctor who rose from the dead. I don't. Do you? I don't know a doctor who created our entire universe, galaxy, the stars,
They
the
deliver
planets,
babies.
every single. Guess who made those kids? God in heaven. Did you know that the Bible tells us that every single hair on your head is numbered and that your fingerprint is different than anybody else's?
That's true.
That doesn't happen by accident.
I know. That's science.
So that proves that there is something, and God's not a somebody. He's an omnipotent entity.
All right,
Now-
here we go. I'm even proud to hear son this way after all time. Well, Bridget, that's what changed him. I don't know where he'd be if his dad hadn't have passed. The fact that Brad passed is what changed Dayton. It got Dayton. Dayton could have gone one of two ways. Follow the same path of his dad, which I hoped he didn't, or stay on the straight and narrow. And you hear him. I mean, he took religion. Okay.
But guess who else is on the path of my dad right now?
Who?
You. Not
Do drugs?
Yeah, but you don't believe in Jesus Christ. You don't follow after Jesus.
You just said your dad did believe in Jesus.
He believed in him. He didn't have faith in him. Religion is about having faith.
Yeah, your dad went to church. How come he couldn't save your dad from darkness? How come he
didn't
couldn't
reach out
get
to
rid of?
God.
Oh, yes, he did.
He didn't try to.
I've seen him do it. I've seen him pray.
Did he repent for his sins? No. Repentance is the number one thing you must do. You must be honest. Jesus tells us that in order for him to understand you, you have to be 100% honest with him, because that is what he aims for. He aims for honesty and truthfulness. When you reach out to him, you need to go 100 wholeheartedly. He's the only person in the world that will not judge you. Jesus, when he came as a human on earth to save us from the sin, he was a perfect man. He never sinned once. The number one thing us sinners do every single day is lie. We commit things in our heart that Jesus never did. Jesus is the one person who will never, ever judge you because of what you did.
So why was your dad so afraid of Jesus?
You should be afraid of Jesus.
He was. He was petrified.
Should be. But Dad didn't understand that in order to understand Jesus' mercifulness and understand his true power, that he didn't reach out to him. He stayed on the rough path. If Dad went to God every single day and asked him, I'm one day clean from this, help me, he would have been clean from drugs.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't, Mom.
He did. I've seen it. I've been with him. He did.
Recently?
Recently, he's been dead 2 years. What do you mean
Recently when he was alive?
No,
exactly. That's when he started to get bad again. Notice how when he started, you say, he quit for a while. He was off for a minute when I was around. For those beginning years, he was off, correct? He tried his hardest.
When we first split up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried his hardest. That's when he was talking to God. As soon as he stopped, guess who came back? The devil. You want to know why? I'm going to say it for the 14th time. Because Jesus is the light, and in the light there is no darkness. Once the light came back into him, the darkness left. Because in the light there is no darkness. In this room right now, there is no darkness.
Yeah,
that
but
the
your
light
dad
can
caused
reach.
his own darkness.
No, the devil came and back and gave him darkness. He didn't cause his own darkness. That's not how.
He made his choices.
Yeah, but guess what? You know what else he made the choice of? Not going to God. Guess who doesn't? The best thing the devil has ever done was make us believe he's not real. Number one thing the devil has ever done for us humans. You can sit here and ask me any question. I promise you, I'll give you a perfect answer.
I'm sure you will.
Until you believe.
All right, go. You have school tomorrow. Go to bed.
I don't wake up till 7.
Don't you have laundry?
Yeah, I have laundry. Like clean already. Yeah.
All right, go. Love you.
Oh, I'm reading.
What?
I'm reading.
What are you reading? I'm shutting down in a minute.
Someone said, please tell date, and I said that.
Oh, I don't know what you said. Yeah, it's true. Loads of darkness in the Catholic Church. S kids are S-aid. Amen, Lisa. I agree.
Actually,
Hey,
if
Rachel.
you read back into the Bible, Catholicism is like the least thing that you could do, because of what Catholicism actually, if you look back into the future of it, they supported the Holocaust.
Not Catholicism, Christianity.
No, that said loads of darkness in the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
that's
what I meant.
Catholicism.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's what Catholicism is.
No, you're
Catholicism is Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
In Catholicism, if you go back, they were the ones who supported the Holocaust. They were the ones who begged people to pay money for tickets into heaven. Jesus never came to do that. Jesus came here to save us from our sins and take us into the relationship with our Father.
Mm-hmm.
You scroll down, you passed it.
Life is about a relationship with Jesus, not religion.
You can go to church as much as you want, and that won't matter. You want to know why? Because there are things, when you have lukewarm water, you know what lukewarm water and hot water, you know what the difference is?
Yeah, but that's
can't be lukewarm with Jesus Christ. Can't be lukewarm. It's either a full commitment or there's no commitment at all.
Okay. Yeah, dating 16. Sweet one, that's very nice. That's a good way to look at it.
You know what's funny with that last sentence? Remember, like I said, Jesus healed a blind man not because of his faith, but because of his friend's faith. That's why your group matters.
Mm-hmm. Your dad's probably bored. He's like, bitch, you coming. Let's go. All right, out.
All right.
Preaching is done for the day.
You sure?
Isn't he a good kid? No, seriously, he would have never, ever been like this if not for Brad's death. And I couldn't be happier that this was his path that he took. Because the other one, not a good path. God gave you a beautiful son. Oh, absolutely. I agree with that, sweetie pie. Dane, everyone say good night.
Good night.
You say good night. Thanks, Southern Gal. I try. Thanks, Lisa. But that was, like I said, I'm going to make a video about the depression. Like, just nobody warned me. Like, nobody. And it's not a place that I wasn't like thinking suicidal thought, nothing like that. You're just in like a fog. And you can't get out of it. There's nothing you can do that will make you smile or make you feel bad. And I've just never felt that before. I wouldn't mind being homicidal. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it wasn't like death thoughts or anything like that. Just, you're in a fog. You just walk around in a fog. Yeah, because the only person I ever wanted to kill was Brad. He's gone. So I don't have homicidal thoughts anymore. There's no one else I want to kill. So, and it's like I said, it's not even like a future thing. It's not like, oh my God, I have nothing to live for. It wasn't like that. It's not like that either. It's just this fog. Like no smiles. You don't smile. You're not happy. You're not, like your whole life is out of you. Like I felt like I was not me. Like I'm in somebody else's body. I know it'll get better. I feel much better tonight than I did. But I'm just saying, like, I've just never experienced it before. And I'm surprised nobody tells you about it. So I'm going to tell people about it. So, and I'm going to tell my doctor they need to tell people about it because it's serious. I mean, maybe people are suicidal or homicidal. Thank God I'm not, but everyone's brain's different. My doc's never told me exactly. Thanks, Gina. Love you too. Because I ain't that bitch. Love that song. So, all right, but I'm going to get off because I still haven't eaten dinner and I am hungry. I went out and bought a steak just to cook and I haven't even cooked it yet. And steak sounds so good right now. Yum, yum. So I'm going to go eat and I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Hopefully I won't be in a funk, hopefully. But I have like 13 orders that are going out tomorrow. A lot of you guys got notifications. I have 10 more orders I have to make and then we're caught up. But yeah, lots of orders to finish, and I got to get them done. Like everything's got to be ready by tomorrow because I got to finish Donisa's stuff. So any orders that are in by yesterday are going to be made by tomorrow. And the ones from last week and 2 weeks are going out tomorrow. All right. They're all set, ready to go. So I will see you beautiful people later or tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Like I said, I'm pushing through it, but Definitely needs to be discussed. And if you want to laugh, I watched a movie last night from 1987 called Witchboard because they did a remake that's coming out this year in 2024. But to see what they look like and how cool the haircuts were, and Tawny Katane was in it, and I know she's passed. The other two are still alive. But if you really want to feel old, watch the movie. Why do I say you want to feel old? Because we were all the teenagers in 1986, 1987. And I was 16. So these guys that were in the movie were like 20 something. And Bridget, definitely watch it. It's called Witchboard. Not really scary, but it's a really good movie. I've watched it a couple of times. But just seeing their hairstyles and the way, it was so fucking funny. I was laughing. It's called Witchboard. It's a good movie. I mean, it's not really scary, but it's a good movie. I was like, oh, I miss those kind of pants. Waterbeds. It had a waterbed in it. Yeah, Witchboard. It had a waterbed in it. I was like, oh my God, I missed my waterbed. I don't think they make waterbeds anymore. But convertible, waterbed. I started watching that Southern Gal. I really couldn't get into it that much. I just didn't get into it that much. I know. I remember my waterbed. Did they stop making them? I forgot about waterbeds too. I am old. Yeah, I've watched some of it. I'm into horror films though. I like horror films. There's a lot of pretty good horror films coming up this year. I looked. They're doing a lot of remakes. Your dad has a waterbed, so they do still exist. Water's like too damn expensive now. Let's see. Oh, waterbeds were banned. Why did waterbeds go away? Ultimately, the decline in waterbed popularity can be attributed to a combination of factors: competition with new mattress technology, the high maintenance nature of waterbeds, the potential for leaks and shifting in consumer preferences. So you really can't get one. They became popular in the 80s with 1 in 5 Americans owning one. I was one. By the time the 1990s rolled around, waterbeds had fallen out of popularity because of the maintenance required. But waterbeds can still be found today, mostly online, but also in some storefronts. Yeah, because like when my parents were afraid on the second floor that like the floor was going to fall through. So I had to switch bedrooms to the bottom floor. Yeah, you can pick up a waterbed for like $2,000 now. That's crazy. It was so much water, though. Waterbed outlet. Yeah, they still sell them. They're very expensive, though. They were the worst to have sex on, though. The absolute worst. I remember we first got married, and we were on the waterbed, and it was like, yeah, no, we're getting a regular bed. Yeah, they puncture easy. You like sit down with keys. You can put a hole in it. Yeah, it was not fun, but it was good. Like as a teenager. But they weren't that expensive either. It was horrible to sleep with 2 people. It was the worst. It was good if someone snored, though, because then you just, like, bunch the bed a little. It was one of those things, like, I'm glad I owned one once in my life, you know? But I was so excited to have one. I was like, I want a waterbed. So, all right, I'm going to get off, though. I will see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow. And that's it. All right. I'm going to eat before I starve to death. So thank you for the super chat memberships. Don't forget, order your candles, energycandles.com. The one sanity I have is candles. Keeps my mind sane and busy, which is good. Yes, I've been hydrating. That was one of the things that I was told to do. And then going out, and it worked. So, all right, I'll see you beautiful people later. Don't forget, order your candles, energycandles.com. 25% off with code Last Laugh. And that's it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.